Hi, and welcome to Prepping Essentials.
It's Saturday, 16th of November. Setting off a little bit early this morning. It's, as you can see, deja vu, it's raining again. Lots of standing water. Not quite sure what I'm going to get done today, but let's find out. Well, it's 8:30, sun's peeking up from the trees, a little bit cool, a little bit wet. Lost a couple of hours this morning. I've had to run backwards and forwards to the building merchants to get some slabs and gravel and sand so I can get some stuff done today. But on first arrival, don't know if you can see that from here, but it looks like I've got a bit of a mini crisis going on with the Polytunnel. So now I've got the stuff unloaded, I'm going to have to go take a look and see what kind of crisis I've got. Let's see. Well, we're on and we're starting to move everything onto the land. Sorted out a little crisis with the tarpaulin that covers the campervan. The really bad weather we've had this last week with heavy, torrential rain and big winds has ripped out the back side of the tarpaulin, so I've had to drag everything out, reassemble that, but that's now back in place. Campervan's running, little red tractor's running, just to make sure that I don't have any problems with starting any of the vehicles over winter. I'll just keep doing that every week, give them a bit of a run. I'll pull the generator out in a minute as well and do that. So I'm going to get all the stuff off the side of the road and then we'll see what's befallen us with this polytunnel, because it doesn't look very good. Everything seems to be okay from a flooding perspective on the land. There's a little bit of pooling again around the pond, but a bit of a drainage ditch should sort that out. But my real crisis is this. I have absolutely no idea how the wind has managed to do that, because those sleepers are bloody heavy, and yet somehow two of them have been lifted completely out. I really do not know how the hell that's happened. This side seems to be pretty much as I left it, but this side I just don't get it at all. It's literally flipped the sleepers. That sleeper is completely been turned upside down. I just don't understand it at all. Anyway, it's not about understanding how, it's about figuring out what to do now. So we'll have a look. Well, this is truly bizarre. I just do not understand what's gone on here. This side seems to have moved about a foot from the weed membrane that was laid down. So that's moved a foot over. This side has just completely collapsed. The poles that support it, I can't even move them, they're a bit heavy, are just completely sheared. Completely sheared. Including that cross member there. It's just completely shattered all the way along. I really don't know how I can go about making a repair to that. It's really, I need replacement tubes. Yeah, I can't even begin to lift this because it's under tension where it's been screwed down at the sides. So, I don't know. Disaster. I was going to put those paving slabs down inside and around the entrance today, but looking at that, there really is no point. I'm a bit speechless really. I don't quite know how to go about sorting this out. I think I need to go and have a coffee and think about it. Well, that's the last of the slabs in, just stacking those alongside those breeze blocks. Got some sand and gravel there. I'll have to put that under cover somewhere at the side of the campervan. Just got the generator running. I need to charge up the batteries on my cordless drill so I can start dismantling the Polytunnel, which is a bit of a shame, but until I get the cover off I can't really see what I'm dealing with. Well, I'm busy dismantling the Polytunnel which is actually taking longer to dismantle than it did to erect. Got this one side off, got the back off. I've just got to take the wood off this side and then I can have a go at removing the cover. Well, that's the cover off. I still truly don't understand how it's managed to do this, because that's a massive force to be able to somehow flip over these sleepers. I struggle to lift them, and there's 3 of them, and as you can see the frame was screwed down. It's managed to flip the sleeper over, and on these anyway, rip out the brackets that I put on. But this is just completely trashed, completely. The tubes have just sheared off. I really don't understand how it's possible to do that, but it has. And the question now is, what can I do to recover it? I really don't know. I've managed to get the cover off. The cover, to be fair, is intact. There's just the odd place where it has some kind of Velcro fasteners attached to the plastic, and on this side they've held, but it's ripped it off the actual cover on the inside. So I can use the cover if I can construct a frame that's the same size as this one. But I'm just completely amazed how it's managed to do that. Completely amazed. It has actually pushed this side, this corner out. The whole sleeper's moved. So it must have been a massive wind. I know we've had big winds and storms, but I didn't honestly think it was as bad as this. But it just goes to show what nature can do. And as you can see from the not straight roof line, it's come with some force, especially to snap those tubes, because they're what, 15 mil tubes. I'm just speechless really. I know I'm talking a lot, but I am inside. I just don't know what to think. Anyway, I'm going to get this cover onto some better ground than this and try and fold that up so that I can save that. And I guess I've got to start dismantling the frame off the sleepers, which is easier said than done, because it was a pain to put on. I'm sure it's going to be a pain to dismantle. My cordless drill battery is dead, so it's manual only, I'm afraid, which kind of doubles the time it takes. But anyway, onward and upward, let's get cracking. Well, I've got the polytunnel cover folded up and brought the wood back. I'll put that away somewhere under cover. Frame is still up. I've unscrewed it from the sleepers, but I don't know if you can see, but it's actually starting to rain quite heavily now, and I needed to get everything back under cover. So I've got my generator in, got the little red tractor in. Just need to cover that up now with a tarpaulin, and that's about as much as I can do really for today. The weather is just shocking. It's not giving me a break at all, but that's nature for you, I guess.
If you've been watching my videos over the last few weeks, you'll know that we've had lots and lots of rain in my area. This past week has been particularly bad. We've had some major storms and flooding, so I thought I'd show some pictures of what we've been dealing with in this area. These first couple of pictures are the area around my work, which is in one of the big regional cities. You can see that lots of roads have been flooded. People were trapped inside a shopping mall overnight. This picture is a main road running into the city, which actually runs alongside the place where I work. And as you can see, that main road was completely flooded out at the weekend. These next few pictures are actually the area where I live. It's been in the news across the UK this last week because it was particularly badly hit. Villages were cut off with flood water, and the army were called in back end of this week. This village that you can see and the area around it is literally 2 miles from my house, so it's very close indeed. Fortunately, I've escaped flooding around my house, and to be fair, in the field as well, so I should be grateful for small mercies, I guess. Well, that's it for this video. It's been a bit of a disappointing day, but there's always tomorrow. Hope you found something interesting. If you did like the video, please do click on the like button. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, welcome any comments, questions or suggestions you might have. Any ideas how I can fix the polytunnel without buying a new one, of course? Let me know in the comments section below. But for now, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.